Hello, Ravens fans. Today, we're diving into a situation that's left many of us confused and even a bit upset. Our brave linebacker, Roquan Smith, has been hit with a penalty that's raising a lot of questions. Ever heard of a player getting fined and wondered if it was fair? Well, Smith is going through that right now. Last week, Roquan Smith was hit with a significant fine, and the reason might surprise you. While many feel he didn't deserve this punishment, let's take a closer look at the details to better understand what really happened and why this decision is sparking so much debate. Stick with me until the end to find out why many believe Smith didn't deserve this fine and what it means for our team's future. Go Ravens! In the season opener, the game between the Ravens and the Chiefs featured a controversial moment involving Roquan Smith. During the match, Smith was criticized for a potential late hit on Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes was already out of bounds when Smith made contact, and this sparked a wave of discussion about the linebacker's action. The situation got even more complicated because, despite the video clearly showing the hit, no penalty was called on the field. After the game, Smith made a statement about the incident, saying that Chiefs tight end Peyton Hendershot should watch himself next time. This remark came after Hendershot shoved Smith, seemingly in response to the hit on Mahomes. This only fueled the controversy and led to questions about whether the NFL should have taken a harsher stance against Smith. As the debate about Smith's behavior continued, the NFL decided to step in. The league not only reviewed the incident, but also imposed significant fines, affecting both Smith and the Chiefs. The penalties reflect the seriousness with which the NFL addresses these issues and set a standard for similar situations in the future. After the game against the Chiefs, Roquan Smith didn't hold back in expressing his frustration with tight end Peyton Hendershot. In an interview, Smith commented that Hendershot should watch himself the next time they meet on the field. This comment came after Hendershot shoved Smith, apparently as a reaction to Smith's hit on Patrick Mahomes. Smith's remark was widely reported and stirred up more buzz, adding fuel to the already heated controversy. The situation became even more complicated when footage of Hendershot's shove was widely shared on social media. Many fans and analysts debated whether Hendershot's reaction was appropriate or if he was simply trying to protect his quarterback. This discussion made the incident one of the main talking points of the week, with many wondering how the NFL would handle it. As attention turned to Smith and Hendershot's actions, the NFL had to make decisions regarding the penalties. The league took steps to address player behavior and ensure the integrity of the game was maintained. The decisions on fines and penalties were a key part of this response, and we'll see how these actions played out and what impact they had on everyone involved. The NFL's response to the contentious game between the Ravens and the Chiefs included a series of significant fines. The league decided to fine the Chiefs organization $100,000 due to the shove that Peyton Hendershot delivered to Roquan Smith. Additionally, Hendershot received an individual fine of $5,472 for his conduct. These penalties reflect the NFL's efforts to maintain control and safety on the field, punishing both the team and the player responsible for the infraction. In addition to the fines against the Chiefs and Hendershot, the NFL also had to deal with the situation involving Roquan Smith. The league decided that Smith should not be penalized for the late hit on Patrick Mahomes, but he did face a fine of $16,883 for a horse collar tackle on Rashee Rice. This fine was the NFL's way of addressing Smith's behavior, showing that the league is committed to penalizing plays it deems dangerous or unsportsmanlike. These fines highlight the NFL's commitment to maintaining discipline and safety in the game. The penalties not only financially affect players and teams, but also send a clear message about expected conduct within the league. Now, let's look at how these decisions compare to other fines issued during the week and the overall impact of these penalties. The NFL had a busy week in terms of penalties, and Roquan Smith wasn't the only one facing fines. Other players were also penalized for their actions during week 1 of the season. For instance, Darius Moisseau, linebacker for the Giants, was fined $4,696 for a hip drop tackle on Jordan Addison of the Vikings. This type of tackle is considered dangerous and is strictly penalized to protect player safety. In addition to Moisseau, British Brooks, running back for the Texans, was fined $4,444 for lowering his head while making a tackle during a kickoff. The NFL has strict policies to ensure player safety and prevent serious injuries. These fines show the league's commitment to punishing plays it considers risky or reckless. These penalties help keep the game safe and fair, reflecting the NFL's determination to protect its players and enforce the rules. Now, let's analyze how these fines stack up against the decisions made by the league regarding Smith and Hendershot, and what the overall impact of these actions has been on the perception of the season. The fines imposed by the NFL in Week 1 have a significant impact on the season and team dynamics. For players like Roquan Smith, Darius Moiseau, and British Brooks, these penalties not only affect their finances, but can also influence their behavior on the field. Knowing that any reckless play could result in a substantial fine may lead players to adopt a more cautious approach, potentially altering their playing style. Additionally, fines can affect team morale. For the Ravens, Smith's fine adds extra pressure, especially in a season where every game counts. Similarly, the penalties against the Chiefs and other players serve as a reminder that the NFL is attentive to infractions and ready to act. How teams react to these fines can have a lasting impact on team cohesion and performance throughout the season. Ultimately, the NFL's decision to impose strict fines helps maintain a focus on safety and fair play. This reinforces the importance of the rules and may influence other teams and players to adhere to established guidelines. However, the true effect of these penalties will be seen as the season progresses and teams adjust to the new realities imposed by the league. The penalties and fines imposed by the NFL have a lasting impact that extends beyond individual games and player finances. The way the league handles infractions and unsportsmanlike behavior sends a clear message about expectations for the entire season. This influences not only the players directly involved, but also other team members who closely observe how the NFL deals with such situations. For fans, fines and penalties can change how they view the game and the teams involved. They often react strongly to these decisions, with discussions on social media and sports media reflecting public opinion on the fairness of the penalties and the effectiveness of the league's rules. This reaction can affect team morale and fan dynamics throughout the season. As the season progresses, it will be interesting to see if other infractions lead to similar penalties and how players and teams adjust their strategies to avoid fines. The way the NFL continues to apply its rules and respond to future incidents will be crucial in maintaining the integrity of the game and ensuring a competitive and safe environment for everyone involved. So, Ravens fan, what do you think about this whole situation with Roquan Smith? Does the fine he received seem fair to you? Or do you believe he didn't deserve it? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you think about the NFL's decisions. Your opinion is important in understanding how we all view the impact of these penalties. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about our team. Until next time, let's hope the rest of the season brings good news and many victories for the Ravens.